Hello guys, this is Alec Wan from Gaming 116 and today this episode is going to be about the new Snapshot 14 week Snapshot 14.04. But here's some things I did forget from last week's Snapshot. One function I added is, you ready? You can customize your skins. So it's not just a single skin and your legs match and your arms match. You only have one shirt and all you can have is a second hat for a second layer. But, little did you know, I have a second skin underneath. Ta-da! Now, this is actually very helpful. For notice, I have a watch on my one arm, but not on the other. They've added a lot more function to the skins. I will warn you, this is only available in the snapshots right now. But until 1.8 is officially added and released, this will not be available. Now, don't worry. If you go into snapshots and update your skin, it will just reverse back to the old way. So I would just have a watch on both hands and my legs would match. Now, let's get on to some of the other things I forgot from last week. Hey guys, last week in Snapshot 14W03 and 02, they had added some new crafting recipes. Now, some of those things are in jungles, you know those special chiseled blocks? Those can now be crafted using stone brick slabs. Now, this is nice because now you don't have to go finding those rare jungle temples. And the mossy stone bricks can now be crafted using vines. And as of 14W04, they have added mossy cobble. No more having to destroy all your dungeons or having to go find rare dungeons to find this stuff. This helps with being very, very decorative with some of your builds. Now, let's get on to some of the new stuff. In this snapshot, they have actually changed around villagers. Now, not completely changed around villagers. This is actually helping with their AI, because before they're just a bunch of dumb, non-player controlled or NPCs running around doing nothing except maybe giving you some good traits. Well, if you look, any villagers with this skin, that could be, now that they have, from last week, changed all the villagers to have names. So there could be 3 different kinds of villagers with this colored skin, at least for now. They may change it in the future. But it could be a Fletcher, so he'll sell you things that would be for a Fletcher or bow and arrow person or archer. Now, there's also farmers and shepherds. So no, those things are pretty self-explanatory. But anyone with this skin, with full-grown wheat, they will actually, every so often, harvest the wheat. Now, again, they choose when they want to. But every so often with the wheat, they will actually go and harvest it. Go on. You can do it. See? Look. And then he replants it. This is really great for automated farms. But one downside is you can't get it from them. So they're basically farming themselves and you can't get the seeds or anything like that from them. That's one downside to it. But the nice thing is this week they have actually added the ability to spawn creatures or iron golems or snow golems that you normally have to place the block. You can actually take a dispenser now. So we'll do it on a snow golem. You can actually take some snow and a pumpkin. Matt can't spell pumpkin. Okay. If we put it in this dispenser, when you push the button, it will activate on. But here, I want to show you a new feature that also came out this week. Yes, no mods or anything. You can place buttons on top of blocks and on the bottom of blocks. This is very, very convenient if you want to have someone above hitting a button instead of having it to the side and all that stuff. But look, since we have pumpkins on the inside, 2 snow, you press the button and you actually spawn a snow golem. This works for iron golems and withers. So if you want to kind of be a little farther away from when you're spawning your wither, it will actually be very, very helpful. Now, let's get on to some more technical command block stuff. Okay, so today, in these past few snapshots, they've been adding some new command block things. Well, in this week's snapshot, they have added the ability to spawn particles. So, you know, particles are the things that, like, when you hit a mob and they get critical or like that block breaking, that's a particle. Now, what this does is, here's the command. It's a \particle, the name of your particle, where you want it to spawn, and so this would be 5 blocks above the command block. The direction, so the direction in the X, which would be 0. We don't want it to go any side to side. 1 would be going up on the Y, and 10 would be how fast it's going. Now, if you want it to be going pretty quick, you would just do 10. And slowest you can do, I think, is like 0.1 or something like that. And then how many you want to spawn at a time is the last number. So when we hook this up to a clock, we actually get basically TNT particles continuously exploding. But listen, no sound. The sound's on, but there's no sound. So this is nice for adding some cool effect. Now, I don't know if it might lag people's games, but I don't know. And last week, they actually added the command \fill. So you can actually do with command blocks what some mods add, like fillers, so you can fill certain places that you mark off. Well, this you can actually, it's basically the set block command, but you can actually do it with the set fill, so you can set multiple ones. So what these first ones are, ignore this. What this first one is tilde means at the place of the command block, right here, on the X coordinate. So we don't want it to go anywhere to the sides. 3 is on the Y, so check for this command block, then go 3 blocks above, and then nothing on the Z. And the same thing here, just 8 blocks above. And it's going to set Minecraft gold block. Now if we hit this button, and we don't have a bunch of spaces, I'll just get back when I get it working. Okay, there we go. I just had too many spaces. But look, so this is actually 1, 2, 3 blocks up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it takes anything between those 2 coordinates and fills it with that gold block. So that is quite nice for building things, and you're too lazy to use creative to go up. Now, some things that they had changed in the last snapshot that now have been fixed. Yeah, it's going to peaceful. They have added, but last week, they had destroyed any iron farms. And if you're not familiar with what an iron farm is it basically is where you take a village, and every 20 doors in a village, it spawns a iron golem. Now, when the iron golem is spawned, you will have like a water chute or something, take it down to a central location, and then you'd kill it with lava. So then you put in like your spawn chunks, so they're constantly loaded wherever you're at, and they'll just continuously farm your iron for you. Now, because instead of digging up your world, you can just get iron for free like that. But they, last week, had changed it to where unless the player kills the iron golem, the iron golem only drops poppies instead of poppies and iron. The same thing went for zombie pigmen. If zombie pigmen die naturally, they drop gold nuggets, and then you make those gold nuggets together, and they will make a gold ingot. So that's a gold farm. Well, they had done the same. They would only drop zombie flesh if they were not killed by a player. But thanks to Dinnerbone and Jeb and all the Mojang people, they listened to the community and brought them back. So all the iron farms people have been making will not be destroyed anymore. So this is quite nice that now we have all that back. And one thing that I will show you is that, dead bushes, those now catch fire. So if we take a dead bush, and then we take a flint and steel, before they were fireproof, I need clay. Because, if you didn't know, since they're mesa biomes from 1.7, these can now be planted on top of clay. Little did you know. But when you light this on fire, normally it can't spread, but now it'll actually spread to these. See? Look at that. So, now no bushes are safe. Another new thing that they added, man, they're adding a lot of stuff. But previously, when you had an item frame, you just had an item frame that held your items. Well, thanks to a popular Minecraft player named Generic B, he suggests this to Dinnerbone. A comparator on the back of a block will now sense any items. And you know how you can sense? You know how you can rotate items? Notice there's one whenever there's one in there. No power when there isn't any item in there. But then when you rotate it, it adds a tick. And they have changed it. You can change it by 45-degree angles. So basically every item has 8 turnarounds, basically. And notice I turn it for a 4th time, puts out 5 or 4. So each time you turn it, it puts out more. And then it goes back to 1 when you're at the top. This is very, very, very useful for combination locks. So now you don't just take levers, and if you put down these 2 levers and not the 1, it'll be unlocked. This can actually be like tumblers, basically, on a lock. So you have to have this one like that, and then this one like that. And then it unlocks your iron door. So that's actually very nice for maybe some server players. But that is all I have for this week's snapshot. I hope I didn't forget anything. Next week you'll be hearing if I did. But thank you for watching. This is Alec Wham signing out for AH Gaming 116, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!